Hello, and welcome to our installation of the famous buildings slash famous monuments slash famous art slash famous stuff in Finland. Now, however, our building is not in Finland. In fact, it's nowhere near Finland. It's a couple of thousand miles slash kilometers to the south of Finland. Our building in question today looks like a huge delicious cake and is located on the Boulevard of Angels. The building in question today is of course the very famous magnificent Hotel Negresco in Nice, France.
The hotel was named after its builder, Henry Negresco. Mr. Negresco, who had this magnificent beast of a creation finished in the year 1912, opened the hotel's doors on January 8th in 1913. The hotel, which again looked like a huge delicious cake, soon attracted a brilliant white and most of all ridiculously rich international clientele. The first olden days visitors consisted of people like the Vanderbilts family from the United States, Portugal's Queen Amelie, and the Grand Dukes of Russia, very stereotypically named Vladimir and Dmitri. These various rich people, among others, had the pleasure of enjoying 119 guest rooms and 22 suites of the hotel, though in reality those were the people who only used the 22 suites of the hotel. The guest rooms were merely for rich people, not super rich people. All of these magnificent and pompous rooms and exteriors were designed by an architect named Edelmann. He was a famous French architect during the Belle Epoque, which roughly translates to the Beautiful Era. The Beautiful Era was one of the defining architectural eras in mid-Europe and lasted from 1871 until 1914.
However, the posh nature of these rooms quickly changed as the year 1914 came by. And you guessed it, someone shot Franz Ferdinand about 700,000 kilometers from the Negresco and the First World War began. During the First World War, the clientele somewhat changed as the hotel was converted into a hospital, and instead of the posh international superstars, the hotel was mostly filled with wounded soldiers.
From here began a bit of a downfall for the cake. After the First World War, when the whole France in general was in kind of bad shape, ridiculously rich people were no longer interested in the sunshine of the French Riviera. So instead of pockets dilating from all the money in Mr. Negresco's jacket, the entire hotel was confronted by a severe financial crisis. No customers, no money. Monsieur Negresco was forced to sell out and sell the hotel to a Belgian company.
Now you might wonder though, why did Henry Negresco build this beautiful hotel, later turned into a field hospital, infested by financial difficulties and then sold to some Belgian aristocrat? Well, according to Wikipedia at least, I quote, "As director of the Municipal Casino in Nice, he had the idea to build a sumptuous hotel of quality that would attract the wealthiest of clients." Unquote. Like the Finns say, miten meni niin kuin omasta mielestä. Totally worth it. Okay, putting all joke aside, the Negresco does have a few jewels to attract customers nowadays. If you're looking for a nice Michelin star restaurant in this, you can go right away and toss that plan out of the window. On the ground floor of the Negresco is situated Le Chantecler, which has not one, but 2 Michelin stars.
Yeah, and also check out the guest book. You might find some names like the artist Dali, Princess Grace of Monaco, the Beatles, Louis Armstrong, Elton John, and other supposedly super famous people. So I guess the Negresco really has something going for it. In conclusion, in all seriousness, the Negresco, despite all of its downfalls in the past, is a significant landmark of the French Riviera, if not one of the most elaborate and classy hotels of the southern Europe. A sight to behold, as many would say. And no wonder it is listed by the government of France as a National Historic Building after all.